It's honestly crazy how some kids step on the ice at a young age and you just go, yep, that kid has a chance of making the NHL. Because whether it's elite athleticism or that kid has a brain made to compute hockey, players we're going to go over in today's video were seen as child prodigies.
When it comes to natural goal scoring prospects, Ovechkin, Caufield, Patrick Laine come to mind. But if I were to tell you that the 2024 NHL draft may just have one of the best natural goal scorers we have ever seen. When Cole Caufield was coming up the system, he would put up unprecedented numbers. In fact, in his first season with the National Development Program, Caufield would set a goal scoring record, as he would put up an unbelievable 77 goals in 92 games, which would surpass Austin Matthews and Phil Kessel. But there was a big asterisk, or perhaps a little asterisk. Even though he was putting up generational numbers, Cole Caufield was heading into his draft year at 5'7", which would lead to 14 teams passing on him after he scored 101 goals in his draft season.
Goddamn!
Pretty impressive stuff, right? Well, get this. This past season, Cole Eiserman would shatter Caufield's record by 20 goals, as Eiserman would put up 97 goals. And keep in mind, Eiserman is still 16 years old and was playing in games against guys 5 years older and making them look like children at that. But here's the thing. Cole Eiserman is already 5'11", 192 pounds. Not only did he shatter Caufield's record, but he is a man-child and will surely grow and add more weight. And considering Eiserman's idol is Austin Matthews, he has already surpassed what Matthews did at the same age. We might be looking at the NHL's next first overall pick. Next, we have this year's first overall pick, Connor Bedard. Because after dominating a U15 league, in a season where Connor Bedard was 12, he would put up an unbelievable 64 goals in 30 games. Bedard would make history, being the first player from the Western Hockey League to be granted exceptional status. And for good reason. And it wasn't even his skill level that set him apart. No, it was his hockey IQ. But what is hockey IQ? How can you even tell a kid has it? The way I explain hockey IQ is the chess analogy. To explain this, let's look at this simple play. Bedard goes down on a 2-on-1. Knowing the defenseman would rather take Bedard out of the play, he commits to Bedard. But this entire time, Bedard knew this was going to happen. Therefore, he was focused on finding the perfect passing angle. This is a simple play, but it also emphasizes that his shot is such a threat that it causes defenders to panic and make bad plays. Or for another example, Bedard has the puck on the half wall. The entire time he has his head up, looking for a pass. But in reality, Bedard knows that the PKer is going to cheat to the point. Bedard notices his extra ice, pivots into the slot, and scores a beautiful goal. And look at his vision on this play. Again, he picks up the puck on the half wall, notices that his line mate makes a cut behind the net for a backdoor pass, and he would make an impossible pass for an easy goal. But here's the thing, every NHL player is capable of performing these plays. It's the consistency that sets Bedard apart. All these plays are subtle, but emphasizes how when a hockey player has elite hockey IQ, they can break down the opponents, leading to high scoring chances. Now, combine the fact that Connor Bedard broke his wrist, leading him to develop an unorthodox shot, a shot that was said to be NHL ready at 16. When Bedard has the puck, he's playing mental warfare on his competition. And this tool set, by no surprise, led Bedard to having one of the most dominant WHL careers in league history. In his first 15 games, he would put up 28 points as a 15-year-old. Like, are you kidding me? He would tie McDavid's U18 World Junior record with 14 points in 7 games, win a gold medal at the World Juniors, and this past season, Bedard would put up an unbelievable 143 points in 57 games.
God damn!
For some perspective, Bedard's 143 points and 2.51 points per game average is now the all-time record in the WHL. For a 17-year-old, the kid lived up to the hype, which is why it was no surprise when he was drafted first overall, where he's now a part of a Blackhawks team where he can take the reins from day one. Fans and analysts do question his size, but that is something I strongly disagree with. When you are a shorter player, your physical stature can make up for your lack of height. Crosby was able to transition to the NHL and score 100 points as a rookie because of his legs and core strength, both of which Bedard specifically focused on.
Back in 2016, Pavel Barber, one of the founding fathers of hockey YouTube, would release a series of videos covering a Japanese prodigy, Ito Iguchi. These videos would gain tens of millions of views, which would even lead to a collab with GoPro. And for good reason. Ito Aguchi was one of the most skilled 11-year-olds the hockey world has ever seen. Not only was his skill on par with the top prospects in the world, but considering that Ito is from Japan, a country that has produced one NHL player in the league's history, the fact that Ito was able to establish himself on a global scale was unbelievable. If he is able to develop this well in a country that lacks hockey infrastructure, what would happen if you brought him to Canada? His potential would be unlimited, as his skill level, combined with hockey IQ, would put Ito head and shoulders above the competition. Ironically though, that was his downfall. Although his skill level was head and shoulders above the competition, his height, however, was not. It was below the shoulders of the competition. Regardless though, scouts and fans were fascinated by his toolset, but considering he was only about 5 feet tall at the age of 13, if Ito didn't grow 7-10 inches, his career as a professional hockey player was in jeopardy. In 2018, Ito would make his first appearance at a USHL camp, where he would impress. Size was concerning, but his skill level was bursting out of the seams. Considering this was against North American competition, this is a good sign. 2019, Ito would be drafted in the 7th round in the USHL draft. The same year, Ito and his Japanese Prodigy counterparts, let's go, will carry Japan to a Division II gold medal. Now, with that being said, his competition was Great Britain, Spain, Romania, countries that are not traditional hockey hotspots, but it did provide perspective, because what's crazy is the fact that Ito was considered the most skilled prospect from Japan, the chosen one with the most potential. And when you consider that his Japanese teammates, Yu Sato, who would join Patrick Waugh in the Quebec Ramparts, and Yusako Ando, who had already been impressing in the USHL, fans were still obsessing over the idea of how well Iguchi would perform in North America. But it would happen. Border shutdowns, the pandemic, and more specifically, Ito would not grow, as he is reportedly around 5'3". No matter how skilled you are, no matter how hard you work, this is a hurdle that cannot be surpassed. Well, no one has done it yet. With that being said, is Ito's journey a failure? Hell no. Hell no. Ito alongside of Ando and Sato would put Japan on the map. I think it is amazing when we see breakout phenoms from untraditional hockey countries. Not only does it show how natural talent can compensate for a lack of infrastructure and resources, but Ito going viral on social media, without a doubt, sparks and inspires the next wave of hockey players. So will Ito make the NHL? No, but he is currently a star player for his university in Japan, which is pretty cool. Ito might have just inspired the next child prodigy from Japan that does make the NHL. And these simple stories of inspiration can be so powerful. I remember when I was, it was around 2011. Around this time, I had just started playing hockey and I was getting dressed in the AAA dressing room. I was tying my skates. I look up and I see Mason Raymond's name on a banner. And obviously most kids have a dream of making the NHL. But I remember when I saw Mason Raymond's name, it was like a paradox shift. All of a sudden I went, wait, he played here and is now playing in the NHL on my favorite team? It made me think, anybody can do it.